Teams want to try and force the other into turnovers. Wheeler trying to find a little room in the lane. Fall away jumper. There's a tough shot.
That is a tough shot. He's got all 7 points for VCU. A la John Vaughn at the start of the last game.
Jamal Schuler. Don't see many of these fallaways anymore.
So that's a horse shot.
Wow. Averages 14 plus a game point-wise. Vasquez in backcourt. Trying to dribble it in. Hayes on the pass in the lane. Creates the odd man. Westbrook gets stripped of the basketball, and it goes off a Maryland player.
Went off of Hayes after Osby lost it. One of the things that happens, Gary, when the game is at this pace is you get going so fast that you don't control the basketball that well. Good strip there. Maryland's got 4 turnovers so far. Good strip on the play to keep Osby from going up and dunking.
Nixon, number 50 in the basketball game, as he came in off the bench. Into the middle, Maynard, who is the leader for VCU. He'll bring it back outside. Eric Maynard. Maynard, a little room, takes the pull-up. Won't get that one. Good defense by Eric Hayes. And Hayes also got the rebound. Hayes and Maynard will be a good matchup in this game as they are guarding one another.
And that'll change during the game. You'll see a lot of different guys on Maynard as the game goes on for Maryland.
Melbourne trying to put the rebound up, and he got fouled and will go to the line when we come back. An up-tempo game here in Game 3 of the day, 7-7.
When it comes to high-stakes finance, operations, and IT issues, smart minds are not enough. Business and government leaders look to Morgan Franklin when smart must be on time, on budget, and on performance.
Let go of the day. Go Outback tonight with a steak as thick and juicy. The salmon tender.
Let's go Outback tonight.
This holiday, let go.
Everybody needs a holiday.
Go Outback. Let go of the day. Go Outback tonight with a steak as thick and juicy. The salmon tender.
Let's go Outback tonight.
This holiday, let go.
Everybody needs a holiday.
Go Outback.
If change is something that you fear, if opportunity is something you wait for others to bring to you, then Juniper Networks may not be for you. Because what we're about is making change happen. It's taking control of the change that surrounds us and turning it into an advantage that makes your business better than anybody else's. That's what makes the difference. That's exciting. That's leadership. And that's Juniper.
When it comes to high-stakes finance, operations, and IT issues, smart minds are not enough. Business and government leaders look to Morgan Franklin when smart must be on time, on budget, and on performance.
Tie game early on, 7-7, and with a special guest, Debbie Taylor.
Thanks a lot, Gary. Bob Morgan, the CEO and chairman of Morgan Franklin, is my guest. And tell me why your company got involved in the B&B Classic.
Well, the company really likes to get involved in the community. We're very successful, and it's an opportunity to give back to the community, especially the children's foundations, you know, helping kids and helping develop and things. So it's a great opportunity for us to be here, and we're really excited about it.
What other events does your company get involved with and support?
Well, we do a lot with the American Heart Association, the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, and we also have our own charity golf tournament for the Wounded Warrior Project, which ties into this as well with the wounded military veterans.
Thank you so much, Bob. Great job. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Let's go back over to Gary.
Thanks very much, Debbie. And a good start to Game 3. Boy, we have had a couple of outstanding games in the first 2 here in this 13th annual tournament.
Second one was a shocker. Wow, we really didn't expect East Carolina to win that game.
East Carolina came away with a very impressive performance against George Mason. Now Maryland's putting the heat on. So both of these teams have decided to press, double teamed,
force the timeout.
Force the timeout, and just got it in time as Maryland's Gist was right there and had his hand on the basketball and would have had a tie-up but for the timeout.
You know, when Gary Williams was a younger coach, when he was at American University here and then Boston College and Ohio State in his early years at Maryland, he pressed all the time. And he figured out that when you play good teams, you can't press the whole game. They will figure out your pressure eventually and get easy baskets out of it. And now he presses at different times, sneaks it in like they're coming out of a timeout, and uses it far more effectively than when he was younger.
19 seasons. How can that be that he has passed Lefty Driesell, who is here for 17 seasons? Going to the Hall is Lefty, and Gary
should be in the Hall. Lefty has won 786 games, more games than anybody not in the Hall of Fame. Took 4 teams to the NCAA tournament, and he made basketball here in the Washington area when he came to Maryland in 1969 and did a great job. And obviously Gary's done a great job. I'll tell you a quick story about Lefty. There you see some numbers on him. When he first came to Maryland, remember he made the famous UCLA of the East comment. They never won the national championship. There's a steal. I'll finish the story in a sec.
Maryland getting the turnover in the basketball as Melbourne picked it up, so their pressure against a pressure team is creating some opportunities. Vasquez cutting. They look to the side. Gisk is wide open, and that will be missed.
That's not his shot. That's not Gisk's shot. He's an inside player.
Rebounds underneath are really going to be hard to pick up in this game because there's a lot of blocking and pushing going on underneath, and they're fairly even in the height department.
These kids are going to be sore tomorrow.
Wheeler almost had a walk on that one. Little spin move. Great defensive play. Vasquez would not let him in. Under 10 on the shot clock. Gwynn is now in the ball game.
Maynard's going to have to shoot this himself.
Maynard said, clear out, here I come, and he dipped it underneath, and it will be lost out of bounds.
He went for the pass. Didn't work. Just to finish that story on Lefty and Gary Williams, when Maryland won the national championship, one of the first notes Gary Williams got was from Lefty Driesell. And the note said, now you have made Maryland the UCLA of the East, which I thought was just really neat, and so did Gary. He was very touched.
And appropriate. That'll be a foul. Kersey reaching in. Both of these teams, because of the up-tempo, are going to their bench early in this game, bringing in a number of players. Cliff Tucker getting off the bench right there for Maryland.
You saw Grievous Vasquez a moment ago really getting in the face of James Gist, telling him what he expects out of him. Sophomore talking to a senior. Of course, one of Gary's assistants now is Chuck Driesell, Lefty's son, who played for Lefty at Maryland.
Just at the line, or Osby rather at the line, puts that one up and in. Bubbly Osby, who is out of Richmond, Virginia, 6'8", 250-pound center. Joe Harrington, the Terps, acting
stepped in at the start of the season when Michael Adams left the program very suddenly. Played with Gary Williams at Maryland in the 60s. Was an assistant under Lefty Driesell, and as we mentioned earlier, was the head coach at George Mason. Really started the program there. And do you know who his assistant was? Rick Barnes. And there's Chuck Driesell sitting right next to him with a lot more hair than his dad.
Look at the pressure Maryland's putting on. Gwynn's pass will break it into forecourt. Here's he dipped that one off into the lane. Here's he wide open, and he gets fouled. And never really got a shot up, but he got up and had the basketball close at hand. But really, the ball was down at his waist.
Steve Bisciotti over here to our left. You could probably hear him trying to help Tim Higgins out, telling him that he never shot the ball, which I don't think he did either.
No, that was pretty close call, but you'll rarely get that called the other way.
No.
Lance Kersey will go to the line. He came off the bench, has not started, and he will put that one home.
One thing about this Maryland pressure to watch for, I think VCU, if Maryland continues to press, needs to attack the basket when they break the press rather than bring the ball back out and reset.
Kersey, who averages 5.5 a game, gets a couple from the line right there and makes it an 11-9 game. Hayes has got it. Just driving the lane, triple team, batted away, and that'll end up out of bounds off VCU. Kersey just reached up. He didn't want anybody to get it and drove it into the floor and out of bounds.
Well, remember what Carl Hopp said in the first game? If you're going to turn it over, throw it in the third row.
He did.
That was about the third row.
Vasquez will come way back to get it. Vasquez closely guarded at midcourt. Win on defense over there from the far side against Tucker. Into the lane and did not get it. Win the rebound.
Got to finish that play off a nice pass by Gist in the post.
Yes, got it to Tucker and should have been 2, but they could not convert on it. VCU will get it right back the other way. Joey Rodriguez, number 12 in the ball game. There he is. Rodriguez, not a scorer, just about 3 points a ball game. Maynard is the scorer, but he's been kept off the board. The basketball in any kind of good shooting position. Gwynn. Rodriguez 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Working. Hayes, good work defensively and a whistle. And on the rebounding action, there'll be a foul called on VCU on the push.
Maryland doing a really good job in their half-court defense, forcing VCU to run the clock down on a lot of possessions.
Pistolnikov, the big guy in there, committed that foul.
When you do that, if you have to, Al McGuire used to say, college players aren't good enough to shoot consistently well against a short shot clock. So you don't want to start your offense with 10 seconds left too often. Maryland's forced that several times now.
Vasquez will bring it up. Receiving instructions from Williams over on the bench. You saw him turn back to the bench looking to see where they wanted to go with it. Adam Bowie is now, Adrian Bowie in the game right there. Looking for 3. This could not get open. Osby inside. Little short hook. Got his own rebound. Had to put it on the floor and a whistle and he traveled.
Terry Moore, the trail official here, saw Osby move the pivot foot. And you know what? A lot of class there. Osby looked at Terry Moore and said, you got it right. He's right, too. You can see on that replay, he moved both those feet backwards. Didn't like the call, but said to Terry Moore, yep, I moved.
Nixon, Jamal Schuler are both back in the ball game for VCU. Schuler's 3 for 3. Rest of the Rams 0 for 4. So give it to him again. That one will go off the front. They'll chalk up a miss in his department. Bowie came away with a rebound. Vasquez driving it up court. Vasquez has got Rodriguez on him. Defense is about work. Vasquez in the lane. Dish that one off. Tucker tries to go back underneath. Just couldn't handle it.
Guess was expecting a higher pass than that.
Little bump on that one. And Schuler trying to go around will be grabbed, and the foul will be called on Vasquez.
Touch foul there by Vasquez. The proverbial hand check. You know, a minute ago when Gist threw that great pass, and I think it was Osby who didn't finish. That's like in baseball when a guy makes a good throw and the catcher bobbles it and gets an assist. Gist should have had an assist on that play.
Don't even get a half a look on that one. Play in against. Maryland comes away with it.
It's actually Tucker who didn't finish.
No field goals by either team. 4.5 minutes without a shot from the floor, and the fans, Maryland fans, wanting it the other way. Fingertips of Gist.
Hard to see. Steve Bisciotti had a clear view of it, though.
7 turnovers by Maryland so far in the game. VCU the other way. Gearsey, they want to get it back outside to Rodriguez to try and set it up. A frantic game here in the first half, and not surprisingly so. Quick pass. Anderson! Osby was there to block it. And somehow, no goaltending. Rodriguez steals it right back.
And smart play to wait for the rest of his guys because he was 1-on-3. Game's so frenetic, Gary, right now. Both offenses are disrupted.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers, nobody scoring. There's another turnover.
Tim Higgins calling the carry, so we've had 3 today. That's our quota for the season.
14 turnovers so far in this game. As so far in this game, it has been about the defenses.
Get to your Jeep dealer and get a great deal during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Jeep vehicles like Grand Cherokee.
Plus, make no payments till summer on all Jeep vehicles, including the new all Jeep Liberty.
And the fuel-efficient 28 miles per gallon Jeep Patriot.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, the Jeep Lifetime Powertrain Warranty.
Blaze a trail to your Jeep dealer today, because the event of a lifetime ends in 8 days.
Reasons why college basketball is better. Number 7, the double dribble is actually enforced. Reasons for college basketball fans to cheer? 150. Because Masson carries over 150 NCAA basketball games. Watch as Liberty University visits the Patriots of George Mason this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. on Masson. True Hoops fans know college basketball on Masson. This game is true.
Look at her go. Look at her. Man. Look at her go. She is all that. You go, girl. Talent beyond belief. Somebody need to sign her up. Go, girl. Amazing. Wow, she is really good. Damn, that girl's looking fine. Look at her. Go, girl.
Hot sports, hot topics.
That girl is sassy.
Taking a look back, BB&T history, December 3, 2001, Lonnie Baxter's farewell to the Classic, the Terps senior, tournament MVP, 24 points, 10 rebounds, championship game that came against the Huskies. Baxter has 8 for 10 from the field and from the free throw line. He blocked a shot, played 38 minutes in the game, and the number 2 team in the nation, the eventual NCAA champion Terrapins, taking the BB&T championship game over the Huskies. Another classic performance in BB&T history.
And Gary, that game was a preview, as it turned out, of Maryland, Connecticut meeting in the regional final that year in Syracuse in what was the best game of the tournament that year, and the closest Maryland came to getting beaten on their way to the NCAA championship.
There's a number you won't see very often. 5 field goals and 14 turnovers in the game, with 2 teams putting up a combined 20 points so far and almost halfway through the first half.
A lot of pressure, obviously, on both offenses, and they have responded with, as you said, a lot of turnovers.
As we got that inbound pass, and immediately gets rid of it to Eric Hayes, who will bring it up. Hayes guarded by Schuler. Bowie trying to go underneath. Must be the intended. Gets knocked away and out of bounds. We'll play Kersey, who's come off the bench, and now we'll go back to it. Kersey and Rodriguez will go to the bench. Maynard had been on the bench. There he is, their leading scorer.
Who has not scored yet.
Has not scored yet. This hardly cuts a basketball. Great pass in, and a guaranteed dunk right there. Not going to do much about that one.
Vasquez now getting a breather on the Maryland bench.
Yep, he's been out there working hard on defense. Maynard working out deep with Anderson. Now Maynard.
Maryland showing a little zone here. Gary Williams changing up his defenses.
Schuler looking for Maynard, who's cutting down deep. That's for 3, and that's good. Yeah, he gets some outside shooting. Ed Nixon coming off the bench and not made a 3-pointer coming into this game. He was 0 for 2, and on the throw-in, going to be handled. It'll go the other way. Nixon, good effort. Larry Williams over there going, what is this defense we're looking at? Trying to put the ball in play.
He knows what the defense is. The problem is his kids have got to react to it, and it's not that easy.
Not when you're playing this
Whoa,
hard.
That's a foul on somebody. Good call. See the kids right in front of us helping each other up.
Great play right there. Schuler saying that's me, and he does get the foul. Schuler will be called on it.
Watch here. He moves right into him. Classic block. Hank Nichols will use that on his tape next year. Show what a blocking foul looks like.
Taylor will get this one back in.
See,
yes,
Hank
back
Wall,
in the
he's
game.
retiring.
He's retiring.
Supervisor of NCAA officials, yeah.
Hayes has got it in forecourt for Maryland. But Tucker back in the game, 24. Trying to go underneath. There's not a lot of room in that lane. Missed the turnaround. No good. And the rebound hauled in. Good work underneath to create a little room. Kostolovsky under there pulled that one down. 0 for 3 just from the floor. Nixon re-stole that. Schuler 3, and he's got it. Schuler's 10 points.
In a very cold room, Schuler's been a very hot shooter.
VCU taking that lead back, and the pressure, and almost stolen. Hayes will get it in. 3-on-2. Hayes misses it. He was all alone. Deep rebound, and they lost it. Maynard picks it up. Maryland, a great chance.
Sorry, Maryland doing a good job there, Gary, to attack the press. They just can't convert.
Could not hang on to the basketball. And now Maynard's going to slow this down. Eric Maynard.
He's done a great job on Maynard so far.
Schuler's the one who's gotten open. Nixon's done a good job defensively. Number 50 coming off the bench in this game. Move to the lane, lost. Here comes Bowie all by his lonesome. And he's got the 2.
And that play, Schuler tried to force his way into the middle against a triple team. And the result is a Bowie dunk at the other end.
Tucker with a good play defensively to get that basketball. Maynard, they're still in backcourt here. Anderson brings it into Maynard. Bowie now watching Maynard will back off. They go into that zone all alone in the middle. Anderson trying to dunk it, and he gets fouled by Burney.
Nice adjustment against the zone there, recognizing it, and instead of dribbling it into the lane to try to penetrate, they pass it into a cutting Anderson, and he gets fouled. Very smart basketball there by VCU. Anthony Grant recognizing the zone and adjusting his offense.
Jerome Burney, who has come off the bench, will be charged with that personal foul. Bernie out of Atlanta, a redshirt freshman, 6'9", 222. Michael Anderson at the line. And Anderson will get that one around and in. Anderson, their third leading scorer at 10 points per game. And from the foul line on the season for him, he's a 74% free throw shooter. Boy, what a great start to this basketball game. Two teams meeting each other on the court for the first time, and both of them ready to go. Anderson, the second. He gets them both. 3-point lead has been the biggest lead we've had in this game.
Commonwealth again with that full court pressure.
The Commonwealth had that 3-point lead. Hayes double teamed as he turns around, throws it away. Knocked away, just drove it out of bounds. Another turnover.
And again, what VCU is doing is they're pressing off of made baskets or made free throws, and Maryland has to be ready for that. Eric Hayes just threw a bad pass there.
10 turnovers in this game for a team that has averaged 19. Anderson got it up court, and that will be laid home. Bill Jalalkov put that one in.
That's the best way to attack pressure. Attack.
The big man underneath, nobody had him. Dupuis back in the game. Hayes almost traveled. Just will take it and get it back to him. Hayes will slow this down a little bit. Maryland may need that just to try and get control. A 10-2 run right now for VCU. And that one moving ended right there as Tucker took it in.
They need to get Vasquez back in the game, and he's now at the scorer's table. Maryland, a different team against pressure with him out of the game.
3-point attempt. That's an air ball that came loose underneath, and Nixon had it and had it knocked away out of bounds off Maryland. Now Vasquez will get a chance to get back into the game. Osby will also come back into the game for American. For Maryland. And,
Gary did coach at American.
Yeah, just looking to see who's going out there. So they make quick changes. Vasquez has got 2 fouls, so he does not want to pick up that third foul quickly here. But without him in the lineup, the movement of the basketball by the Terrapins not nearly as good.
Really had trouble with the press. That's why Gary had to put him back in.
Back to Maynor on deep. Rodriguez back in the game for VCU. Maynor, Anderson, Schuler. There's a long 3. Up for grabs out deep, and Maryland will bring it up. Milborn. Osby.
Nice play. Good play by Milborn there to see the trailer coming.
Each team trying desperately to maintain a lead, and over the bench, but all right. Osby gets back up.
Oh, boy. Phil Hochberg, the PA announcer, got nailed there.
It's a dangerous job being close to that table. A tremendous game 3 on the day, 19-19.
Does opportunity have a hometown? Where does it live? Does it rent or own? At BB&T, we see opportunity living everywhere. In a checking account, a business line of credit, in protecting your family and assets and making your money grow. If your bank doesn't see it that way, you should see us. Banking, insurance, investments. BB&T. There's opportunity here.
Do you trust your coworkers? Yes, you do, so just let go. Okay, what did we learn there? Is there such a thing as personal space? No, there isn't, because we are all molecules in the same organism.
American Airlines. Yeah, I need an earlier flight out of Chicago. I feel like some of you don't respect me.
But because,
Because of the hat. Just get me on the next flight out. Hey.
Hi.
We know why you fly.
Just made it.
We're American Airlines.
Now, see, when people think of Geico, right, they think of car insurance. And, of course, saving money. But sometimes that can lead even the savviest driver astray. Take, for example, the motorcycle owner. He calls Geico wanting to save money on his car insurance, only to realise that he doesn't actually own a car. Well, needless to say, he's quite embarrassed, isn't he? Doesn't matter. Geico insures motorcycles and ATVs as well. That way, no one ends up looking foolish.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You're never out of the reach of an injury in sports.
Well, this is our first major injury of the triple header. Phil Hochberg, who's been the PA guy, and here you see Bombali Osby, ever since we started the BB&T, also the PA guy at George Washington, and for a long time, the PA announcer for the Washington Redskins. And here you see Osby and Phil trying to take the charge and ends up getting his left hand cut. Now, his mouth is fine. That's the important thing. But here you see he's being worked on by about 11 people. Phil's also the vice chairman of the Children's Charities Foundation. And I guess Osby just couldn't resist that orange sweater. And I don't mean to laugh at another man's pain, but
no way to find kindness here in this building. They put any more on that.
I thought they were going to bring the stretcher out there.
He's going to have a security guard to hold his arm up.
Marty Aronoff says Phil had brown hair before that play. But it looks like he will live
and will stay
to speak again
on the job.
Actually, since he's bleeding, I think he has to come out
under the NCAA
rule.
That's right. Robertson's got it, VCU with the basketball in a tie game here in the first with 7:19 left to go in the first half. Maynard, Rodriguez, three from the corner. Oh, mama. I'll tell you, Schuler's putting on quite a show here in this first half from three-point land.
Each team in this triple header has had a guy really come up big in the first half.
And another one from the corner. That is going to be Tucker.
Maynard, and now Tucker answers right away.
Tucker answers with a three. The steal by Maryland. They get a 3-on-2 the other way. Up Melbourne, no good. Rebound Vasquez, no good.
Vasquez says, let's calm it down here a little bit.
Pace continues. Rodriguez will guard Vasquez now. Tucker, good three-point shooter. We have had 6 ties, 2 lead changes in the first half of this game. Vasquez coming back out to get it. Rodriguez takes him all the way back towards midcourt. The one-on-one. Gundon, baseline, in, yes, shot.
Nice move by Gist there. Vasquez got him the ball in good position. First field goal for Gist.
Gist 1 for 4 from the floor, averages 14 a game. Rodriguez back in. VCU hustling it up court. Now they take the long look. Rodriguez doesn't shoot off the front. Husby knocked it away. Melbourne and Vasquez collided, and it will be a BU ball.
As you pointed out, Rodriguez is not in there to shoot, but with Maryland running that zone defense, really hard to find shots for VCU right now if you're not Schuler.
There is Rodriguez. He's a good playmaker, moves the ball around well, but only going to get about 3 points a game.
Well, he really gets in the face of the point guard, other team's point guard defensively. He's really all over Vasquez at the other end.
Played in by VCU as they look to try and get this tied up or a lead. Maynard got to shoot sooner or later here in this game.
Maryland doing a great job to double him every time he approaches the lane.
Takes the shot from outside, around and off. Osby up, and he's got the board. 0 for 4 from Maynard now. Maynard is their leader. 15 points a game. The other end. Just got to play that one out to Vasquez.
Those deep threes are not Maynard's game, though. Getting in the lane and creating is his game.
Tucker, he's got a hot hand right now. Schuler guarding. Pass to Osby, got blocked and knocked away. Quick play by Anderson underneath. The 11th turnover for Maryland. Looking into the middle. Anderson trying to go all the way and gets it.
That was a great play by Anderson because he was able to adjust his body in midair to avoid charging.
Their third leading scorer, who's their leader defensively, Michael Anderson at the offensive end, has got 4 points. Gist will bring it into forecourt for Maryland. Then Milborn came out to help Vasquez.
No, they don't want Gist handling the ball out here in front of you and me.
Vasquez, the one they want, takes it all the way in and a blocking foul. So Vasquez will go to the line. Checking up. A leader out there and directing the floor traffic.
Well, Vasquez is such a good ball handler, and he's got size, too. He's 6'6", so when he gets to the basket, he's tough to stop. He wanted that bucket.
Maynard moved in on him. He could not get there in time to get set.
Either that or he doesn't like the guy sitting down there, one or the other.
A 79% free throw shooter. Vasquez puts that one home.
Played for the Venezuelan national team this summer in the Tournament of the Americas, and they ended up playing against the United States, and he was matched up against a pretty good guard for the U.S., Kobe Bryant.
Vasquez makes 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. 26-24 lead. Maryland On top here by 2, putting the pressure on. Broken into forecourt. Oh, and that one hits the backboard and a turnover, and that's a big one because they had a 3-on-2 and Nixon's pass got deflected away.
Well, they turned it over there, but I like what they're doing against the Maryland press by attacking and trying to take advantage when they do get numbers across half court. Just didn't make the play that time.
Jerome Burney comes back into the game. James Gist will go and sit. Vasquez will bring it in. Every play, high intensity, both ends. Great D. Vasquez traveled.
He did. He dribbled into Nixon, lost control, and the contact came after he traveled. There was contact, but it was after he walked with the ball.
Maryland's got 12 turnovers. At this rate, they're going to equal their game average in turnovers in the first half. The average is 19, and they've got 12 already here with 4.5 to go.
This team plays a little better defense than some of the opponents they played in other games.
Anderson almost had it stolen. Good work, Hayes. Now Hayes down on the floor. ECU can't take advantage of it, though, as he gets back. Anderson, Rodriguez. Maynard into the lane. Rodriguez into the lane. Short dish underneath. That gets blocked. Those
35 seconds.
Yeah.
Again, excellent defense by Maryland. They're doing a great job with that zone of keeping Maynard from creating. Every time he goes in the lane with the basketball, they double team him, and he's in midair trying to decide where to go with the ball.
Vasquez will get it. Nixon, the defense on him. At Nixon 50, good job. Hayes has got it. Foul line jumper. Around and off, and Rodriguez, of all people, comes in and gets the rebound.
Yeah, because if he's 5'10", I'm 6'5".
He's the smallest guy in the court, and then he comes right back and walks with it. Listed at 5'10", 165-pounder Joey Rodriguez. Heck of a game 3, 26-24.
When it comes to high-stakes finance, operations, and IT issues, smart minds are not enough. Business and government leaders look to Morgan Franklin when smart must be on time, on budget, and on performance.
Let go of the day. Go Outback tonight with a steak as thick and juicy, the salmon tender.
Let's go out back tonight.
This holiday, let go.
Everybody needs a holiday.
Go Outback. Let go of the day. Go Outback tonight with a steak as thick and juicy, the salmon tender.
Let's go out back tonight.
This holiday, let go.
Everybody needs a holiday.
Go Outback.
If change is something that you fear, if opportunity is something you wait for others to bring to you, then Juniper Networks may not be for you. Because what we're about is making change happen. It's taking control of the change that surrounds us and turning it into an advantage that makes your business better than anybody else's. That's what makes the difference. That's exciting. That's leadership. And that's Juniper.
When it comes to high-stakes finance, operations, and IT issues, smart minds are not enough. Business and government leaders look to Morgan Franklin when smart must be on time, on budget, and on performance.
Pressure game of defense and turnovers. Maryland right now up by 2, 3:45 to go in the half.
Well, you've got two attacking defensive teams here, trapping the ball, attacking the passing lanes, and you're going to see turnovers in a situation like this. Even a really good point guard like Grievous Vasquez, there you see dribbling into a double team and traveling, even though he wasn't happy with the call. Some other scores from around the country. Arizona beating 9th-ranked Texas A&M. That's a great win for Arizona. Texas and UCLA play later, and Kansas barely beat Southern Cal, which is a vastly improved team.
Great season for Kansas sports. With the Kansas team at number 2, but nobody wanted to be number 2 because once you got there, you were going to lose a game in football.
Or 2, or in Oregon's case 4.
Yeah. Vasquez drops that one off. Here in this first half, the pressure continues. Nixon on the D. Milborn trying to get in can. Vasquez back outside. Burney has stayed in the game, number 32. Hayes comes back to get it. Hayes had a career-high 18 in Maryland's last game. That one's going to be out of bounds. Boy, we've had players flying over just about every area of the bounds markers here in this first half.
Honest to goodness, there's no safety in this building unless you're sitting upstairs. Great hustle by Maynard, jumping over the table there.
Could not get it in. Maryland controls Vasquez. Boy, there's a mismatch. Vasquez knows it, trying to find a little room, and instead popped it up. Got it back. Burney misses it.
Great defense there.
Maynard brings it back. 3 minutes left to go, first half. Schuler's the hot hand for VCU. Dishes that one back out. Nixon.
Got away with a walk there.
Yep. Goes for three again. Is he hot? Wow.
And that will make Gary Williams very unhappy. Should have had a turnover. Ends up giving up a three.
What a first half. Jamal Schuler, 14 points a game. He's got 16 in the first half. 6 for 8 from the floor for Hayes. Closely guarded. Popped it up. Bounce pass a little too far ahead. Vasquez got it back.
Schuler got overexcited there after the steal. Tried to do too much. That should VCU Maryland ball.
Osby passed up a shot to try and pass. Ended up going away. Gary Williams trying to instruct.
He's actually just fired all three of his assistants.
You didn't tell me it was going to be this hard. Maryland from the baseline. Osby in the lane. And
that's a push. Good call. Gary coaches a lot with his back to the court when he gets frustrated. Usually he's saying something to his assistants about, if you had just told them this in practice the other day.
Yeah. Vishnonikov commits the foul.
Chuck, now he's talking to Chuck about his dad.
Fervently so, we might add.
Gary is always fervent.
Osby will go to the line. He's at a black and blue half underneath already. Puts that one up and makes it, and he will get another.
The backspin on those free throws.
As long as they go in, he really doesn't care.
Nope, and he is from Richmond, Virginia. Grew up not that far from the VCU campus.
62% free throw shooter in the year. He's got 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 block shots so far, and he's 2 for 2 from the line on that one.
Whatever works.
Whatever works. Maryland continues with the lead. Tenuous as it may be. Double team. Melbourne reaching in. Gets rid of it just in time. Schuler will bring it up. Schuler for 3. Passed up a clear lane. Why not?
That's basketball in the 21st century. You pull up for the 3 rather than drive to the basket.
There was nobody between he and the basket. Hayes looking underneath. Osby had it blocked. Rebound up and good. Good hustle by Tucker to get back.
Schuler's shot's one of those where the coaches are over there going, oh, no, nice shot.
Schuler's 5 for 6 in three-point lane. Maynard tried to go in. He gets fouled and a reach-in foul.
Tucker with the bump.
That'll calm it down a little bit. Give the fans a chance to breathe again. Not to mention the players.
Watch Schuler here, Gary, because as you called it, he's got nothing but an open court to the basket there. And he says, oh, the heck with it. I'm feeling it.
And he's feeling it right. Schuler, an outstanding half here as he's just gunning from three-point land. Now Maynard will go to the line. And that one is going to be off. He still does not have a point. The leading scorer for VCU does not put a point up here in this first half. Vasquez almost got down to one knee, fell down, controlled the basketball. He and Maynard are pumping each other away. Yes, alley-oop up and in. Oz got it.
High low look there. You know, the bad news for VCU, Gary, is that Maynard hasn't scored. The good news is he hasn't scored. They're only down 2.
Exactly. You don't believe he's going to be off the board for the entire night. There he is, Maynard. Number 3 outside against this zone. Schuler. Gist has got to come out to get him. As hot a hand as he's got from outside. 16 on the shot clock, a minute 14 in the half. Maynard. Nixon. Dumps it off. Good pass. A little bounce pass underneath. Vishnonikov put that one in for 2.
Last 2 possessions may be the best half-court offense we've seen from either team.
Vishnonikov has not played much. 6 minutes a game in the first 6 games VCU played, but in this game he's played a lot here in the first half.
He's played well too, especially on the defensive end. At one point you mentioned he got caught against Vasquez and he actually deflected the ball away from him in the lane.
He was averaging 0.2 points per game.
How do you do that?
Again, we're right back to that math. He's got 4 points in this game though.
So his PPG has gone way up tonight.
PPG has gone way up. Run those charts. Kersey checks back in. Anderson out.
Last time I heard .2, I think it was my grade point.
I'm not going to mention. Never mind. No, good by Vasquez.
The only reason I got a degree was because I promised never to come back.
Maryland using that free throw strike to their advantage. They're 12 for 12.
And in this day and age, college basketball, you don't see that much.
That is unheard of from the free throw line, and that has made a huge difference here in this game. Maynard drives the lane, puts it up. He got fouled.
Finally got some space there. Maryland going with attacking again off the made free throws. And good recognition by Maynard, seeing that he had numbers and going right to the basket.
He was the tournament MVP last year. That's just forcing the action.
In the CAA championships, he won the final for VCU. George Mason had a 5-point lead in the ball. And Maynard went steal, three-point play, steal, three-point play, steal, jump shot, turn the whole game around. 3 possessions in a row.
And he finally gets on the board here in the first half, doing it from the free throw line. And he gets another with 50 seconds left to go here in the first half. Back in, Vasquez. Tucker will sit. Pressure still on. They get it over to Hayes. Kersey was up there. Now VCU will back off to defend at half court.
Now, I think a team should go 2 for 1 here. Get a quick shot like they're going to do.
Vasquez partially blocked. Vasquez banging for it. Still loose underneath and out of bounds, and it will be Maryland ball.
Now, the ball never hit the rim on that shot that Vasquez took, so the clock is still at 19. There's a 15-second difference. Get a shot. At this point, you just get a shot when you can, because VCU is going to be able to play for 1 if Maryland scores anyway.
Just gets it off to Vasquez. They back it up. 15-second difference, as John said, on that clock in the game clock. Vasquez turn around, and that one off the board. Good job by Maynard. Got the pressure on him. Will get the basketball.
Well, and again, Schuler showing his experience, starting to run, but then saying, wait, let's slow it down and play for 1 here.
Under 10. They've got the full amount of time left. Maynard will drive the lane. Maynard a runner. That's going to be in and out.
And Maynard shot too soon.
Maynard may have given Maryland a chance. For the long one, it is up and no good by Bowie. What a first half of basketball between 2 ferocious defensive teams. And it ends 34-34 here at the half.
It was really just fun to watch. I don't think it was fun to play because everybody's black and blue now, but it was certainly an entertaining first half of basketball.
Jamal Schuler with 19 points. Pistolnikoff and Anderson with 4 apiece. Vasquez leading Maryland with 9. Osby with 8 and Tucker with 7. Those are your leading scorers here in the first half, but credit the defensive players. Gary Williams is joining Debbie Taylor. Debbie?
All right, thank you very much, Gary. Gary, 13 turnovers in the first half. You're averaging 20 for the season. Is it VCU or your team?
Well, I think we're in pretty good shape. If we turn it over 13 times, hopefully we'll get better the second half and we'll do a better job of the ball. VCU's good at what they do. We're a young team in the backcourt, and we make some mistakes. So we're fighting, and that's what counts.
What's been the key to containing Eric Maynard? He's only scored 2 points.
Well, he's really good. I mean, he can come out the second half and get a lot, but his buddies hurt us quite a bit, with the three-point shooting. So with those 2 guys, one of them usually gets you, and we've done a good job on Maynard, but the other guy has really hurt us.
Okay, thank you very much, Gary Williams. Back over to you, Gary Thorne.
All right, Debbie, thank you very much. And a great first half here. Second half up for grabs as 2 teams putting on a tremendously intensive show. 34-34 at the half.
Get a great deal on the Dodge you want during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Dodge vehicles like the full-size Ram pickup.
Plus, make no payments till summer on all Dodge vehicles, including the all-new Grand Caravan.
And the fuel-efficient 30 miles per gallon Dodge Avenger.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, Dodge's lifetime powertrain warranty.
Get to your Dodge dealer today because the event of a lifetime ends in 8 days.
Jed Clampett, a poor mountaineer barely keeping his family fed, when in the summer of '63, he was shooting at some food, becoming a millionaire overnight. Soon afterward, he loaded up his truck and moved to Beverly Hills.
I was suspicious of this whole Texas tea
theory. A new investigation reveals that in the summer before Jed moved away from there, he switched his car insurance to Geico, saving a substantial sum of money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The O-line's mission, protect the QB. Last season, the Ravens' offensive line allowed the second fewest sacks in the league.
This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around.
Ravens Extra, the maximum Ravens postgame show after the Ravens-Steelers game, Sunday on Masson. Masson means maximum Ravens. Be there.
Rod Woodson returns his 10th interception for touchdown. That's a new NFL record. And Shannon Sharp has become the all-time leading NFL receiver among tight ends. Tony Siragusa deflected the pass and then fell on top of Gannon. Is the Ravens' all-time sack leader past Michael McCrary in this game. Down the far sideline, still on his feet. He's gone all the way. And the Ravens are the champions of the world.
The 2007 BB&T Classic presented by Chipotle, the gourmet restaurant where you eat with your hands, specializing in made-to-order burritos and tacos. Find yourself at Chipotle.com. And by Outback Steakhouse. Let go of your holiday worries with Outback gift cards. Back here in our nation's capital, BB&T Classic. It kicked off this past Friday, the annual basketball gala. Accent on the ladder. The night was full of entertainment. Silent auction was held as well, and all of it helping to raise money for the Children's Charities Foundation.
Tonight we're at the Children's Charities Foundation Basketball Gala. It is our annual black tie gala that raises money and supports the Children's Charities Foundation.
This is the 13th year that we've done this $500 a plate dinner. Tonight we expect to get about, close to 1,000 people here.
I heard this year we've got the largest number of tables we've ever sold, so it's a great weekend of a celebration and raising money for kids, both here on Friday and the games on Sunday.
Well, it's a great dinner. There's a lot of interesting people here. This is a big part of the fundraising part of it too. So it's nice to see a lot of people give their time and money to be here.
$5,000 winner. Ladies and gentlemen, come on now. You're here for a good cause. It's not about the money. It's about what you can do for the cause here. Ladies and gentlemen, only $4,500 here.
$7 million we have raised and distributed for children in the Washington metropolitan area through this gala and through our basketball event.
All the money stays local that we raise. And I like that. We know where the money goes. There's no administrative costs. And, a lot of kids benefit from what we do.
Who knew that 8 pounds 4 ounces could take up so much space? You moved the computer into the laundry room and a new minivan into the garage. Maybe you need to expand about 600 square feet. Maybe you need more than just an expansion. Banking, insurance, investments. BB&T. There's opportunity here.
Of course Geico sponsors Mike's Race Car because they insure everything race car fans love. RVs, motorcycles, ATVs. Tell you one thing they can insure. Lauren Wallace. Because Lauren Wallace is made of lightning. Those guys are like, hey, where's Lauren? He was just here a minute ago. I'm 100 miles away, son. Ready to strike.
Geico, saving you money on insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
Do you trust your coworkers? Yes, you do, so just let go. Okay, what did we learn there? Is there such a thing as personal space? No, there isn't, because we are all molecules in the same organism.
American Airlines. Yeah, I need an earlier flight out of Chicago. I feel like some of you don't respect me.
But because
of the hat. Just get me on the next flight out. Hey. Angel. Hi. We know why you fly.
Just made it.
We're American Airlines.
A battle maybe of who can make the fewest mistakes and take advantage of the other team's miscues. 34-34 at the half, ECU and Maryland. And we welcome you back. We have had 3 great basketball games here at this 13th annual Classic, John. This one continuing. I mean, I thought we'd have a high-intensity game, but this is even a little higher than I thought it would be.
Well, you have 2 teams that attack defensively, and that's the way both these coaches have built their programs. Gary Williams at Maryland and Anthony Grant at VCU. They count on turning you over. They count on an up-tempo. They count on your making mistakes forced by their defense, and both coaches have succeeded at what they do. They have created turnovers. We've got a relatively low-scoring game, even though it's been up-tempo. It's not like there haven't been a lot of possessions. There have been. There's just been a lot of turnovers.
Take a look at our Geico highlights for VCU. It's been about 3-point conversions.
Yeah, it's been mostly about 3-point conversions made by Jamal Schuler, who's been brilliant from the outside. He's 7 for 9, Gary. The rest of the team is 4 for 13 from the floor. So he's got 7 field goals. His teammates have 4. And 5 of them have been from 3-point range. On the other end, Eric Hayes has done a good job of creating space on occasion for his teammates. There you see Grievous Vasquez hitting a 3 and then a 2. And if you look at the stats here, VCU shooting the ball better with a 50% field goal percentage. But again, look at the turnovers. That's a key in this game. They each have a dozen, and that's why the score is as low as it is.
Our BB&T halftime stats. Schuler having himself a career game. Can he continue it for VCU second half? It'll be tipped off when we come back.
Does opportunity have a hometown? Where does it live? Does it rent or own? At BB&T, we see opportunity living everywhere. In a checking account, a business line of credit, in protecting your family and assets and making your money grow. If your bank doesn't see it that way, you should see us. Banking, insurance, investments. BB&T. There's opportunity here.
Do you trust your coworkers? Yes, you do, so just let go. Okay, what did we learn there? Is there such a thing as personal space? No, there isn't, because we are all molecules in the same organism.
American Airlines. Yeah, I need an earlier flight out of Chicago. I feel like some of you don't respect me.
But because
of the hat. Just get me on the next flight out. Hey. Angel.
Hi.
We know why you fly.
Just made it.
We're American Airlines.
Jed Clampett, a poor mountaineer barely keeping his family fed, when in the summer of '63, he was shooting at some food, becoming a millionaire overnight. Soon afterward, he loaded up his truck and moved to Beverly Hills.
I was suspicious of this whole Texas tea theory.
A new investigation reveals that in the summer before Jed moved away from there, he switched his car insurance to Geico, saving a substantial sum of money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If change is something that you fear, if opportunity is something you wait for others to bring to you, then Juniper Networks may not be for you. Because what we're about is making change happen. It's taking control of the change that surrounds us and turning it into an advantage that makes your business better than anybody else's. That's what makes the difference. That's exciting. That's leadership. And that's Juniper.
As the teams get set to come back out in this halftime 34-34, let's find out who is with our own Debbie Taylor.
Well, Gary, I'm with Dan Wagen, the BB&T, the president of the greater Washington, D.C. region. And just tell me how you got involved, how the BB&T got involved with this classic.
Sure, Debbie. We were looking for a marquee event that was going to reach a broad audience, and we found it.
What has this title sponsorship meant to your company?
Well, first of all, let me say it's a privilege to be the title sponsor, and beyond that, what it really does, it sends two messages. One is we're a community-based bank. We care about the youth in our community. Without them, we really need and that sort of thing. The second part is it gives a venue for our associates to get involved, spend their time and their energy, and put their time and talent behind it.
Okay, Dan, thank you so much. Keep up the good work. Let's go back over to Gary.
All right, Debbie, thank you very much. So far in the 3 games we've had, it's not been one where the home teams have done very well. George Washington, George Mason have lost. Maryland's home here.
Well, I guess what you can say is that it's a very balanced place to play.
Get to your Jeep dealer and get a great deal during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Jeep vehicles like Grand Cherokee.
Plus, make no payments till summer on all Jeep vehicles, including the new all Jeep Liberty.
And the fuel-efficient 28 miles per gallon Jeep Patriot.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, the Jeep Lifetime Powertrain Warranty.
Blaze a trail to your Jeep dealer today, because the event of a lifetime ends in 8 days.
The weather was so much better yesterday.
A bad day in Florida beats a good day almost anywhere else. With over 30 daily flights from BWI Airport and Dulles to the Sunshine State, Southwest Airlines is taking low fares farther.
You are now free to move about the country.
Save up to 80% buying factory direct. Compare this well-known jeweler's 91-point platinum ring for $5,700 with the jewelry exchanges for $1,490. We make jewelry in every price range, guaranteed to appraise for double. Half-carat pendants, studs, and tennis bracelets are $199, 2 carats $499. 3-stone rings are $699, 2 carats $19.90, and 1-carat studs are still $399. Seen it elsewhere, we'll make it for less. Plus no interest for 6 months. Buy factory direct, the jewelry exchange in Bethesda.
Get a great deal on the Dodge you want during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Dodge vehicles like the full-size Ram pickup.
Plus, make no payments till summer on all Dodge vehicles, including the all-new Grand Caravan.
And the fuel-efficient 30 miles per gallon Dodge Avenger.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, Dodge's Lifetime Powertrain Warranty.
Get to your Dodge dealer today because the event of a lifetime ends in 8 days.
VCU's Anthony Grant's got a team that's aggressive. That's the way they wanted to be, and he's with our Debbie Taylor.
Anthony, what did you think of your first half play?
Well, I thought our guys came out and played to our identity. I thought we played aggressive. I thought our press was good. We played with good energy. Hopefully in the second half we'll continue to play with that energy.
Eric Maynor isn't really the player that we're used to seeing. They were able to contain Eric Maynor. What adjustments will he have to make in the second half?
Well, Eric's a guy that's not really consumed by his individual plays about winning. I thought he did a lot of good things for us on the floor. I thought his defense was very good. I thought his ability to get other guys shots, move the basketball, and run the team was very good. I think Eric's a good enough player where he's going to make shots. Not really concerned about that. So as long as he continues to play within the framework of our team, I think we got a good chance.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach. Let's go back over to Gary.
All right, Debbie. Eric Maynor went 0 for 5 from the floor, 0 for 2 3-points. Got his points, 2 of them from the foul line.
Yeah, they did an excellent job with the zone defense, pushing him away from the basket a lot, forcing him into tough shots when he got in the lane. There you see, every time he got in the lane, Gary, there was a second Maryland Terrapin coming to attack him. And he did do a good job toward the end of the half, not forcing shots, as Anthony Grant pointed out, but they need him to score if they're going to win this game.
All of sports is about adjustments to be made, and that's what each of these teams will try and do. They've got to cut down on turnovers. Both know that. 12 committed in the game by VCU, 13 by Maryland. Maryland went 12 for 12 from the foul line. That certainly helped. VCU was 6 for 7 from the line. Not bad. Maryland shot 40% from the floor. VCU shot 50% in that first half. That's why you end up 34-34.
Right, and you throw in all those turnovers, 25 between the two teams. And that's why the score is relatively low. 21 field goals, 25 turnovers.
And we'll start right out with the defensive pressure as Nixon will get it into Anderson. VCU has the basketball to start this second half, and great to have you with us on this Sunday for this final of 3 and a great first half. Maynard's shot is up. It is no good. Anderson had it, came back to Maynard. So Maynard starts right out putting the ball up. Now he'll take it back out.
Well, and Anthony Grant knows that Maynard needs to score for them to win this game too, so he's going to try to get him more into the offense. Maryland coming out man-to-man here.
Schuler driving, and not only is he a three-point man, he gets into the lane. 8 for 10 for Schuler from the floor.
Shot is good when he's missed.
Yeah, that's right. Dupuis gets it into Melbourne. Melbourne, he's got 2.
Maryland attacking the press there. Good pass there by Dupuis.
Melbourne 5 points in the game. Sanders at the other end missed everything on that one.
He doesn't shoot very often, and that's why.
Hayes brings it back up court. This is Melbourne, the lefty. Will miss that one. Maryland had the advantage in rebounds in that first half. 17-9. But that did not convert into any kind of a lead at the half where we were tied.
Schuler just missed from the corner. I think it was too open.
Vasquez's shot is off.
Same for Vasquez.
Schuler will start the other way with Sanders cutting. Will he try an alley-oop? No. Back out to Anderson, top of the circle, around and off. Dupuis was up, had it knocked away from behind. Maryland will get it anyway. Vasquez bringing it up. Vasquez, Dupuis is playing inside now in the low post.
That big body, he belongs in the low post.
He has size. Matter of trying to work it. That's for 2, and that is off. So both teams come out cold from the shooting department. Giss missed that one. Yeah, bad ankle underneath, and Anderson saw it, couldn't take advantage of it, and now we will get the whistle.
Giss just, I think he collided with somebody, and he went down grabbing at his ankle.
So Gist,
see if we can get it, find out what happened. J.J. Bush, who's been the Maryland trainer, I think since 1847, out there right away. J.J. has been there forever. Great trainer at the University of Maryland.
Gist with 4 points in the ball game for the Terrapins. He really turned it over on that one.
Gary Williams doing what every coach will do when he comes out to check on an injured player. He gives the referee a little bit of an earful. It's never good when you see the team doctor go out there in addition to the trainer. But he is putting weight on it.
Yep.
So obviously painful, but when you see him walk off pretty much under his own power, that's a good sign.
He may be able to walk and tape that off and get back into this game.
Yeah, frequently when a player goes down, it looks worse than it is. There you see, just stepped right on the foot. One of those freakish accidents that does happen. Stepped right on Sanders' foot and rolled that ankle.
So he will head to the locker room.
J.J. Bush, you're probably right. He'll take the ankle and see if he can put some weight on it and come back and play.
Good news that he's walking off, as John said, with pressure on that ankle. Anderson, VCU gets the basketball again. Maynard outside with Hayes on him, looking for a little pick. Dupuis had him, letting go. Maynard tries to take advantage of it and does.
Probably the toughest shot he's taken in the whole game, and the first field goal he's made.
Melbourne turns the right way to avoid the ball being knocked away from him. Maynard was there on D. Vasquez double teamed. Anderson and Nixon gets it away to Hayes. Amazing they play this tough and close without fouls. Dupuis went up and he got fouled.
He did get fouled.
Sanders got him.
You can see when a guy that big all of a sudden moves sideways when he's going forward to the basket, it usually means there was contact.
Sanders has got 3 fouls on him now. He did not play a lot in the first half.
This Hayes with a nice little dish pass, and there you see Sanders getting him with the body.
Free throw line for a couple of shots. Dupuis puts that one up, in and out. Dupuis' development may have a lot to say about how this season goes for the Terrapins. A freshman, 6'8", 260-pounder from Calvert Hall in Baltimore.
No question Gary Williams is going to need production out of his freshman class. He's got 4 experienced players, and then he's got a bunch of freshmen.
Dupuis with 10 points in the ball game, breaking it in a hurry, and it'll be dumped to the sideline. Sanders shot up, no good. Maryland with a rebound. Hayes came in to get it. Hayes will slow it down. VCU in the man. Vasquez looking underneath. Dupuis using that body. Couldn't get it. Dupuis, second time it's in.
Give Dupuis credit for staying with it there after he missed the first layup. Got his own.
Dupuis got my correct what I said. He's got 8 in the game now after that last 2. That is Maynard up, and he's got it. Gets the roll.
And Anthony Grant has to feel good seeing Maynard heat up a little bit with back field goal.
Eric Maynard coming out trying to lead the charge. Vasquez has Milborn with him. Didn't need him.
Broke the pressure, recognized that he had the numbers, went straight to the basket.
Vasquez really a take charge guy, can play the 1, 2, or 3 spot out there. He is their leader. Maynard in and gets it and gets fouled.
Vasquez was giving orders to his teammates and got his back turned a little bit. And because Maynard recognized that and took off and had to step on Vasquez. You see Vasquez never quite caught up. The help came, but it came too late. The foul committed by Bernie. And Eric Maynard, who took 22 minutes to score a basket, has had 3 field goals in the last minute and 20.
That's exactly the way he can play, and he gets another one from the free throw line where both of these teams have taken advantage of it.
That's what great players do. They just keep after it, and eventually they hurt you.
2-point lead. It's not been much more than that at any time in this game except early on. A 3-point lead. VCU. Hayes up. Oh! How did that one not go in? He's wondering.
That's what Hayes is saying.
Wow.
How did that not go in?
Circled and circled. Maynard brings it back the other way. Vasquez right on him. Gets the pick, takes the lane, reverses. What a shot with the right.
Maynard's feeling it now. Maryland in the man-to-man is more vulnerable to him in the lane than they were in this first half in the zone.
So Maynard, who went through the first half with nothing from the floor, has got 4 field goals in the last minute and 49 seconds here in the second half.
When it comes to high-stakes finance, operations, and IT issues, smart minds are not enough. Business and government leaders look to Morgan Franklin when smart must be on time, on budget, and on performance.
Let go of the day. Go Outback tonight with a steak as thick and juicy, the salmon tender.
Let's go Outback tonight.
This holiday, let go.
Everybody needs a holiday.
Go Outback. Let go of the day. Go Outback tonight with a steak as thick and juicy, the salmon tender.
Let's go Outback tonight.
This holiday, let go.
Everybody needs a holiday.
Go Outback.
If change is something that you fear, if opportunity is something you wait for others to bring to you, then Juniper Networks may not be for you. Because what we're about is making change happen. It's taking control of the change that surrounds us and turning it into an advantage that makes your business better than anybody else's. That's what makes the difference. That's exciting. That's leadership. And that's Juniper.
When it comes to high-stakes finance, operations, and IT issues, smart minds are not enough. Business and government leaders look to Morgan Franklin when smart must be on time, on budget, and on performance.
12 ties and 11 lead changes in this ball game so far. And let's find our own Debbie Taylor again. Deb.
Hi, Gary. I'm with Pete Taylor, the chairman of the Children's Charities Foundation. Tell me a little bit about how your organization got started.
It became an organization in 1993, and we actually began our first tournament in 1994. We have a big gala on a Friday night. We have the games on a Saturday or a Sunday, and we have a golf tournament early in the spring. And we generally raise around $600,000, $650,000 that we can give away to organizations in the metropolitan area.
And who exactly benefits? Tell us a little bit about some of the organizations that benefit from your organization.
We have provided funding to more than 100 charities in the area over the years. For example, the Washington Jesuit Academy that takes kids that really need help and turns them into excellent students, solid citizens. I think we just lost our camera.
But they're still hearing us, so.
The Washington Middle School for Girls is a similar organization. The DC Trust for Child Abuse Prevention, St. Anne's Maternity Center. I mean, the list goes on and on. And these are really the outstanding groups in terms of dealing with at-risk children in the metropolitan area.
Well, Pete, we commend you on your work. Thank you so much for joining us, and let's go back over to Gary.
All right, Debbie and Pete, thank you very much. That was Landon Milburn to put that one in.
Maryland back in the zone, Gary. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yep, they are. And that will try and cut Maynard down. As John said, Maynard was taking advantage of the man-to-man and driving. Now Nixon does that underneath and gets the two.
They're looking for Maynard to drive, and Nixon drives it on their zone, and Maynard just got a steal.
Maynard, Milborn, out of bounds. Make a call. It's going to be VCU.
No, Maryland ball.
Oh, Maryland ball.
Yeah. Looks like Gist is okay. Again, it's...
So Gist back in after turning that ankle a bit. Indeed did get it taped and is ready to go with 14:47 to go in the second half.
Get a great deal on the Dodge you want during the final days of the event of a lifetime.
Get 0% financing on all 08 Dodge vehicles like the full-size Ram pickup.
Plus, make no payments till summer on all Dodge vehicles, including the all-new Grand Caravan.
And the fuel-efficient 30 miles per gallon Dodge Avenger.
Plus, you'll be covered by the best warranty in the business, Dodge's lifetime powertrain warranty.
Get to your Dodge dealer today because the event of a lifetime ends in 8 days.
Reasons why college basketball is better. Number 16. Teams don't wait until the last 15 minutes to play. Last season, UNC Wilmington had a down year after winning 4 CAA titles in 7 seasons. This year, the Seahawks look to rebound with 9 players returning. Watch live as they take on Drexel at 7 p.m. Wednesday, January 2nd on Masson. True Hoops fans know college basketball on Masson. This game is true.
Rod Woodson returns his 10th interception for touchdown. That's a new NFL record. And Shannon Sharp has become the all-time leading NFL receiver among tight ends. Tony Siragusa deflected the pass and then fell on top of Gannon. Owens, the Ravens' all-time sack leader, passed Michael McQuarrie in this game. Down the far sideline, still on his feet. He's gone all the way. And the Ravens are the champions of the world.
A 47-43 game, and looking at VCU getting the guy they need to put the ball in the net, taking some more chances.
Well, Gary Williams came out in a man-to-man, and I think because he wanted to pick up the tempo of the game on his defense. And Eric Maynard recognized it, saw the chance to get inside, and made 4 quick buckets after Maryland had basically kept him out of the lane for most of the first half, playing zone. Gary Williams called timeout and immediately went back to that zone. And I think at least for a while, we'll see them in that zone defense.
VCU has lost games to Miami, Arkansas, and Hampton in their last outing as they come in here 3-3, but playing very tough against Maryland.
They say Hampton. How could they lose to Hampton? Hampton's a pretty good club that almost beat Maryland at Maryland to open the season.
Just travel with the basketball. Good defensive play by Anderson to force the turnover.
Well, I said before when he had the ball out here that Gary Williams doesn't want James Gist with the ball at midcourt, but VCU forced him into it with the trap, and they create the turnover.
First turnover either team's second half. Anderson, mercy, he's still breathing. Schuler's got it. He took the double hammer on that one. Good defense by Maryland underneath. All those turnovers first half, 1 in the second. Schuler for 3, no good. Good positioning. Osby the rebound.
You have to figure a guy shooting that deep is eventually going to miss a couple shots, and Schuler's missed his last 2.
Vasquez hustled it up. Milborn gets it back inside. Nowhere to go with it, Vasquez. Hayes, 3. Bingo!
Eric Hayes can make that shot. Gary Williams wants him to be more aggressive as a shooter. Maryland lost 3 seniors off of last year's team who Hayes often deferred to. He can't defer anymore.
They lost, of course. DJ Starbury and Mike Jones are leading scorers. That one spun around on the shot. It'll miss, but there is a foul. Well, Maryland now getting a little momentum going their way. Good effort here. Dungo just came into the game. First time we have seen him. Francis Dungo, who is from Cameroon, Africa. And they have liked his play early on this year, but he's not been in this basketball game until that last time out.
I think the game Anthony Grant might have felt that a game with this kind of defensive pressure might be tough on a freshman like Dungo. But at this point, he needs to give some of his guys a breather given the pace of the game.
Dungo at 6'7", 200-pounder. Missed the first one. Missed the second one. Osby coming down with a rebound. Milborn up ahead of the charge. Milborn in. Boy, he got tied up. Fouled in the act that time. Maybe a good foul, though. Dongo got back and put the foul on him.
Now, VCU looking a little bit tired on these last couple of possessions. Not getting back in transition defense a couple of times and not as quick to the ball defensively in their half-court defense.
Milborn now will go to the line. These foul shots going to play a vital part in this game since neither team's been able to extend much of a lead. 4 is the largest we've had. That is good. That's 14 out of 15 from the free throw stripe for the Terrapins.
Gary will show a lot of tape of the miss tomorrow.
You're kind like that.
I just know Gary very well.
Milborn, and he gets them both. Good job by Milborn. Maryland, VCU putting on a show here. 1-point lead, Maryland. Dongo. Whip pass into the corner. Oh, what a running shot by Eric Maynor.
And that is his game. Get him in the lane and let him shoot those runners. Nice pass by Dongo after he bobbled the ball, and then he whipped the pass to Maynor.
Great pass right through the D. Milborn. A lot of cutting going on underneath. Tipped away. Stolen Anderson into the middle. Rodriguez up in front. Layup. Not going to get that one. Charging rebound picked up by Gist. Spun around, brought the ball. Loose on the floor. Hayes, Vasquez.
First down, Maryland.
And Rodriguez commits the foul, reaching in.
Really a shame for Eric Maynor that Rodriguez couldn't finish, because that was a gorgeous little pass he threw him off the floor. The bounce pass is almost a lost art in college basketball. And that was just a perfect bounce pass, and Rodriguez just couldn't finish. And then we had this total scrum for the ball. Everybody going after it. And Maryland, of course, is the bowl-eligible team at 6-6, had the advantage.
12:59 left to go here in this second half. Played in off the baseline, maybe. All the way into backcourt. Milborn. Vasquez, a lot of minutes. So is Hayes. Got it underneath. Osby the turnaround. He's got it.
Got that roll there.
Osby's played, as we said, a black and blue game underneath and continues to do so. 10 points and 5 rebounds for him.
I almost feel like Maryland's on the verge of a run here.
Yep. Rodriguez got it away. Maynor underneath, and a foul called on what might have been a turnover. That is Hayes called on the foul. That's a break right there for VCU because they had lost possession of the ball. Hayes has got a couple of personals.
Yeah, and you just don't know because we couldn't see from inside what Mike Thibodeau saw, there was some contact. Whether it was a foul, I don't know because I couldn't see. I can't see through bodies.
Dongo goes to the bench. Schuler comes back in. Maryland will answer. Milborn started out. Now Hayes will come out of the game and Bowie will stay in. And the ball played on the baseline. Maynor got it back in. Actually slows down for just a brief moment. Not for long. Rodriguez, Maynor. Schuler, the three-point shooter, again in the lane.
Good
double
defense.
teamed. Osby get up there and get a piece. Rodriguez reached in, knocked it away. Good play. Schuler for 3. Again, no good. Rebounded underneath. Push called on Anderson.
Schuler has gone a little bit cold here, and that really changes the game for VCU. He's missed his last 4 shots. That was an open look there, and they need him to make those shots to stay in this game.
Schuler trying to have a career night in this game with a big first half.
He had a career half, that's for sure.
Foul call, and that is not a good one. Pistolnikov reaching in, trying to steal it, will pick up his 3rd personal foul. Pistolnikov needs to be underneath, not outside. 6'8", 240-pounder from Russia.
If you're going to go for a steal, you can't half go for it, because if you go half go for it, you either commit a foul or the guy beats you for an easy basket.
Vasquez Just for three.
I'll say it again. I don't think that's the shot Gary Williams wants James Gist shooting.
He was 3 for 14 3-pointers coming into this game. Maynard's got it. 11:48 left to go, second half. Maryland maintaining a slight lead. Rodriguez, Kersey now in the ball game. 23. Rodriguez. Zone set up by Maryland again, so it'll be used. Maynard dished it off. What a block! Tucker comes away with it. Osby involved in that block with Gist. Gist has got it down the lane, and he's got the bucket.
That's why they don't want him shooting threes, because he can do that inside. Biggest problem for Gary Williams was that he made 3 out of 14.
Three-pointer. No good, Maynard. Way up just to pull down that rebound.
And that's not his game either, Eric Maynard, shooting a deep 3 with a lot of time on the shot clock.
These two teams have played with such intensity. Rodriguez working from behind on Vasquez. Ozzy trying to reverse. Osby could not get the shot off.
Good defense on the interior there for VCU.
Maynard again looking into the middle, got double teamed. Rodriguez, not a shooter, takes that one. He was open and he takes advantage of it.
Yeah. It's a good shot if it goes in. Remember years ago, a guy named Jeremy Toten. There's a steal.
Rodriguez on the steal, on the floor. Schuler whistle and a foul call. Good play by Schuler, who got down there and got fouled as he tried to get rid of it. The intensity is not lacked often in this game. The hungriest player of the game. Look at the block put on by Gist, our Outback Steakhouse hungry player. Gist at both ends, getting it done. It's close with 10:31 left on the clock.
Who knew that 8 pounds 4 ounces could take up so much space? You moved the computer into the laundry room and a new minivan into the garage. Maybe you need to expand about 600 square feet. Maybe you need more than just an expansion. Banking, insurance, investments. BB&T. There's opportunity here.
Fred Flintstone, an employee of Slate Rock Gravel Company. His wife, Wilma, a stay-at-home mom. Yet on this working man's salary, how did Wilma afford a necklace made of huge rocks?
Mr. Slate pays well, but he doesn't pay that well.
An investigation would reveal that Fred had the Flintmobile insured with Geico, saving the couple untold amounts of money. Their friendship with the Rubbles would soon become strained.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Auburn and East Carolina University winners so far today. We'll see who wins this one. Let's check in again with Debbie Taylor.
Okay, thanks a lot, Gary. I'm with Todd Webster, Masson's Vice President of Communications and one of our favorites in the office, of course. Tell me a little bit about the relationship between Masson and the BB&T Classic.
Well, the BB&T Classic is the crown jewel of regional basketball, without question. And a lot of people know that Masson carries every Washington Nationals game, every Baltimore Orioles game, 320 baseball games all season. What they may not know is that Masson also has the biggest college basketball package of any sports network, any regional network in the country. We're thrilled to be a partner of the BB&T Classic, covering all of these local games.
What other events in the community is Masson involved in, Todd?
Well, what Masson's done, because it is locally owned and locally operated since we have gone 24/7 just in the last year, is that Masson is covering certainly the big schools. So we're the official network of the Georgetown Hoyas, official network of the George Mason Patriots, but we're also covering the emerging colleges and programs that may not have been televised previously, like American University, like the UMBC Retrievers, like Loyola, some of these other colleges, and we're very excited about this huge college basketball package.
Okay, thanks a lot, Todd Webster. Let's go back over to Gary.
There is Schuler again making his drive to the lane and getting fouled as he got triple teamed on the way in.
A little bit of a bailout call there, but there was certainly plenty of contact. but also contact with the ball.
Schuler puts that one up and in. Here comes Eric Maynor. He took a breather. He'll be back in. Hayes follows him in. Hayes and Maynor have been a matchup, guarding one another in this game.
Anthony Grant did what a lot of coaches do with players who need a breather. He gives them the time during the TV timeout and then brings them back on the first dead ball.
Schuler gets both of those. Maryland's got the basketball. Schuler back, putting the pressure on. Kersey joins him. Hayes dribbles it through underneath. Blocked by Sanders. Great block. Got that one straight up in the air. VCU back the other way. VCU back on top by 1. The 16th lead change we have had in this game to go along with 13 ties. Rodriguez can't shoot. Who told him to shoot?
That's another one where the coaches say, oh no, nice shot. That's a deep three by a guy averaging 3 a game. He's got 5 in the last minute and a half.
Good job by Rodriguez. Hayes dumps that one off on the far side. Just still in backcourt. Dribbles it in. Rodriguez reached in and commits the foul.
A little bit lucky for James Gist. Again, that is not the guy Gary Williams wants with the ball. He's got Vasquez. He's got Hayes. He's got Tucker. He's got Milborn. James Gist needs to be in the post.
A lot of players coming and going here because of the pace of this game. We'll get the hot players, the one the coaches believe they can count on, coming in with 9:15 to go. Vasquez's three-pointer no good. Maynor there. Maynor going the length. Oh, great move, couldn't convert. Schuler over Hayes, and will be charged with a foul.
Well, you got to finish that if you're Eric Maynor. Big opportunity with a 4-point lead to stretch it to 6. He can't finish, and now Maryland's going to come down and shoot a 1-and-1. Did a great job slicing to the basket, but didn't finish, and there you see the foul.
So the 1-and-1 now in effect, and obviously vitally important in this game, as close as it has been throughout, with 9:07 left to go. 4-point lead, biggest lead of the game. Each team has had a 4-point lead at 1 point. Hayes will go to the line for Maryland. Hayes at the free throw line, an 86% free throw shooter.
So vital when you're in the 1-and-1. You only have to do it 3 times, but if you don't make that front end, you're giving up points.
Career high 18 points in his last game. Hayes puts that one in as well. 2 big points with the clock stopped. Cuts that lead to 2. Double team. Melbourne tried to bounce it away and just did.
I did not personally see anybody from Maryland touch that basketball. Mike Thibodeau did. Let's see. There's a hand on it. Yep. Mike Thibodeau had it right. Good call.
Good defense.
Very good defense. Good call by the ref.
Teams have really played tough defensive basketball.
Smart play by Maynor there. 1 against 4.
Keep Rodriguez in, Schuler in, spin around in the lane, and another foul as Kersey trying to take it down low. VCU has not hesitated to take the basketball inside. Dupuis gets called on the foul, his first.
But Gary, you notice since Maryland went back to the zone, Maynor has not gotten in the lane the way he did against a man-to-man. And Gary Williams' attitude is, if Kersey can beat me, fine. If the other players can beat me, fine. I don't want Eric Maynor to beat me.
Yep, exactly. So they'll stay in that zone when he is out there, and have Hayes keeping an eye on him. Vasquez, who took a break, comes back into the game. Still the 2 points, now 3. Kersey puts it in. And Kersey, after making those, is going to come out of the game, and Michael Anderson is back in for VCU.
You said these coaches substituting liberally to try to keep fresh legs on the floor.
Maryland in backcourt. Vasquez has had to dribble through a lot of it. Schuler was on him, got rid of it before he got double teamed. Vasquez, he takes a lot of minutes, averaging 37 minutes a game. High for Maryland. Vasquez for 3. Deep rebound. Knocked away. Hayes on the steal. Hayes in the lane. Just missed. Comes back to Hayes. He's got room. Baseline. Trying to force a pass. Gave up a good shot and lost the ball on a turnover. Maynor comes the other way. Maynor. Schuler 3. Bingo.
Wow. Huge turnaround there. Hayes had an open lane to the basket after he got the rebound and force the pass, and then Schuler comes back and hits the three at the other end.
Vasquez will bring that one up for Maryland. Gets it off Milborn, driving, foul. Sanders with a foul.
That's what I'm talking about, what Gary Williams has said about Hayes doesn't need to defer anymore.
VCU has extended their lead to 60-54. Schuler's got a career high 26 points.
Do you trust your coworkers? Yes, you do, so just let go. Okay, what did we learn there? Is there such a thing as personal space? No, there isn't, because we are all molecules in the same organism.
American Airlines. Yeah, I need an earlier flight out of Chicago. I feel like some of you don't respect me.
But because,
Because of the hat. Just get me on the next flight out. Hey.
Hi.
We know why you fly.
Just made it.
We're American Airlines.
If change is something that you fear, if opportunity is something you wait for others to bring to you, then Juniper Networks may not be for you. Because what we're about is making change happen. It's taking control of the change that surrounds us and turning it into an advantage that makes your business better than anybody else's. That's what makes the difference. That's exciting. That's leadership. And that's Juniper.
Let go of the day. Go Outback tonight with a steak as thick and juicy, the salmon tender.
Let's go out back tonight.
This holiday, let go.
Everybody needs a holiday.
Go Outback. Let go of the day. Go Outback tonight with a steak as thick and juicy, the salmon tender.
Let's go out back tonight.
This holiday, let go.
Everybody needs a holiday.
Go Outback.
Heck of a game. VCU on top here, 60-54 over Maryland. You see the 7:59 left. Our Morgan Franklin pivotal play of the game so far, Jamal Schuler.
The pivotal play of the first 32 minutes. This was a high school game. VCU would have won already. But that was a huge turnaround with Hayes forcing the pass when he had the open shot. And again, that's something that Gary Williams will use as a teaching tool. He will show Hayes that play and say, Eric, you're one of our best players. You have the ball, open lane to the basket, you go to the basket.
Both these teams, as you see, despite the defenses continuing to be tough, reducing dramatically the turnovers in the basketball game.
Well, that's the coaches getting in the locker room at halftime and saying, fellas, just settle down. You don't have to force it on every possession. And VCU in particular has done a really nice job when Maryland has come with their pressure of breaking that pressure and not turning it over.
Biggest lead, either team, is the one you see on the board right now for VCU. That will be reduced by Milborn as he gets one, and he will get another.
The amazing thing about this triple header, Gary, except for that brief period in the first half of the East Carolina-George Mason game, there haven't been any double-digit lead.
No. Teams very well balanced. I don't know who puts these programs together for this classic, but it's a heck of a job. Stolen! Vasquez tried to stop it. Schuler in front of the pack. Milborn couldn't catch him.
And a smart play by Schuler there not to try to force the dunk and to use the basket to shield himself from Milborn. Another big turnaround there. Maryland with Vasquez missing the dunk, and then they come back and score at the other end. 4-point swing again.
They'll wait for Vasquez. Just will to get it to him. Ray Williams hollering out to Vasquez, trying to get his attention on what they want. Hayes. Vasquez looking under. Great pass. Wow, just got banged from behind.
And again, that's why Gist needs to work inside, because he's got great hands. He's got that quick body, and you want to get him the ball inside. Vasquez, good look there. And nothing that Anderson could do except foul him.
Michael Anderson has 4 fouls. This goes to the line and will miss the first one. Just as an 86%, nope, check that, an 80% free throw shooter coming into the game.
Either way, he's a good free throw shooter.
Yes, only the second miss from the line by Maryland in the game as a team. They have used the free throw line to their advantage. Gets up and he gets that one. Still plenty of time for anything to happen here in this game.
Oh, God, there's hours left.
Hours. The way these teams play, the turnovers have resulted in points coming in a hurry. Schuler's open. Schuler's going to bring this one in 2-on-2. Take it all the way in. Shot off balance. Maynard up and in. What a follow-up.
Well, nice play by Maynard trailing the play. And actually, Schuler probably should have given him the ball as the trail. But he did get him the ball, only it was off the backboard.
And a timeout will be taken. So Maynard making a difference as expected in this second half as he puts another one up. Schuler took this one in at a 2-on-2.
Schuler doesn't see Maynard coming in there trailing the play, forces the shot against the defense, and here comes Maynard. And as we said in the first half, the good news for VCU was Maynard had done nothing, 2 points, and they were in a tie ball game.
1 point in the first half, 14 in the second half for Maynard. And that was what you would expect out of him as Maynard is getting close. Well, is now
right at his
average of 15, just under 15 points a game. VCU team looking to do the victory march on Maryland here. The first 2 games we saw Auburn beat George Washington 74-70. East Carolina pulled the upset in Jordan Mason 68-65. So the 2 local home teams losing the first 2 games. And now Maryland, which is the home team here, fighting against VCU.
Now, if Maryland loses this game, you know what that means. It means all 3 local coaches are going to scream at me.
You wouldn't happen to be the one who sets these matches up, would you?
I think I made a couple phone calls.
Thank you. Knocked away. Another outstanding defensive play by VCU.
Again, they just attacked those passing lanes so well.
Kersey that time knocked it away, and Maryland knocked it out of bounds.
It's a mark of a team that really knows how to play defense. Not just playing hard, but playing smart.
Turnovers 5 against 1. Maryland with that larger number here in the second half.
Again, remember Anthony Grant's coaching pedigree. Rick Pitino, Billy Donovan, 2 pretty good defensive coaches.
Rodriguez stays in the game. Kersey, Schuler. Rodriguez almost bottling that one. Maynard on the near side gets the bounce pass, goes the lane. Back outside, Schuler, their 3-point shooter. Maynard, 10 on the shot clock. Schuler, 3. In and out, tip deep. Rodriguez, a second tip to Maynard.
That's an example of a long rebound and the offensive team staying after it.
VCU gets to start that clock again with 6:12 left to go in the second half. Schuler, Maynard on this near side. No hurry. They've got the lead. Rodriguez up, no good. Melbourne got the rebound. Maryland back up. Vasquez.
Big possession here for Maryland.
Hayes gets it underneath. Just looking, had nowhere to go. Well, they'll bring it back on top.
Good patience there by Gist, not forcing anything.
Bounce pass underneath. Gist turning it in the lane, and he gets the 2.
Very good possession. They got the ball in the post to a guy who could score from there.
And Gist 9 points, 5 rebounds for him in the game. VCU instructions coming from the sideline. Anthony Grant shouting it out to Maynard.
When you slow it down with a lead when you're an up-tempo team, that's going out of your personality. But there they went inside to Kersey.
Kersey's played a strong game coming off the bench. He looks like he may need a breather.
I thought they were going to run clock there, and they didn't. I think they fooled Maryland a little bit.
Vasquez will bring that one up. First field goal in the game for Kersey. And couldn't be at a much bigger time. 66-59. Under 5 to go here in the second half. Vasquez driving on Rodriguez. A pick, a turn, a shot. No good, but he got fouled.
He got pushed as he went to the basket. VCU playing zone. Both teams in zone now, which is kind of interesting for teams that like to be aggressive. That wasn't a bad defensive play. I'm not sure Vasquez didn't create the contact there, but 9 times out of 10, the offensive player is going to get that call.
Vishtonikov called on the foul. Vasquez able to put it in.
Notice I let you pronounce his name.
I was going to say,
time.
you haven't said his name yet.
Nope.
Vasquez.
Listen, I could say Kaipanoa Kahiako and Hana, though, the Navy quarterback.
You're all set. Perfect. 12 points for Vasquez as he is 5 for 5 from the line.
Piskelnikov. There you go.
The rule is that when you have 5 syllables in your name and we're doing the game, you don't get to play. So I don't understand why he's been in there so much today.
I don't think Anthony Grant got the memo.
Maynard is coming out of the game now, and not sure why, just for a quick breather. He's standing over there.
The training staff isn't looking at him.
No. Only 4:50 left to go. It'll be a short break, I would assume here.
It's a ways to go till the next TV timeout. I'm a little surprised at this point.
It comes in on the near side. Schuler for two. Off. Husby with a rebound. Maryland. Here's a big transition for them. Vasquez.
Maynard back at the scorer's table right away. I'm still not sure why Anthony Grant took him out.
Hayes has got it. Hayes for two. Off the board. Vozeniskov knocked it away, and Rodriguez got it. And now VCU will slow it down.
Again, they don't want to get out of their offensive personality this soon.
Kersey put it on the floor in a pack. Rolls out of bounds. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. They're not sure
who's going to be a guess either way. They're going to give it to VCU. And see, that'll make Gary Williams nuts because really none of the officials saw it. But what can you do? See if they got it right on the guess. Here's the ball. No. That was a guess and they got it wrong. Went off Kersey.
Maynard's now come back into the game. We understand the reason he came out. He wouldn't keep his shirt tucked in. The official kept hollering at him. He wouldn't do it. And so Anthony Grant took him out. Said, tuck your shirt in. Schuler. He's only out for 40 seconds. Maynard for three. Wow. That's why you want him in there.
Although that, again, is not really his game, but he is such a big-time player under pressure.
18 points for Maynard and a holding call on Maynard right there as he grabbed it. So Maynard has made the difference here in this second half. Not with these kind of shots. Generally driving, but that one good for three.
Does opportunity have a hometown? Where does it live? Does it rent or own? At BB&T, we see opportunity living everywhere. In a checking account, a business line of credit, in protecting your family and assets and making your money grow. If your bank doesn't see it that way, you should see us. Banking, insurance, investments. BB&T. There's opportunity here.
If change is something that you fear, if opportunity is something you wait for others to bring to you, then Juniper Networks may not be for you. Because what we're about is making change happen. It's taking control of the change that surrounds us and turning it into an advantage that makes your business better than anybody else's. That's what makes the difference. That's exciting. That's leadership. And that's Juniper.
Reasons why college basketball is better. Number 7, the double dribble is actually enforced. It's a doubleheader on Masson. Watch live on Saturday as the American Eagles visit the Georgetown Hoyas at 1 p.m. And then UNC Greensboro takes on rival UNC Wilmington at 7 p.m. True Hoops fans know college basketball on Masson. This game is true. The O-line's mission, protect the QB. Last season, the Ravens' offensive line allowed the second fewest sacks in the league.
This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around.
Ravens Extra, the maximum Ravens postgame show after the Ravens-Steelers game, Sunday on Masson. Masson means maximum Ravens. Be there.
VCU with a 69-61 lead. 3:49 left to go here in the second half. Maryland has not been able to convert their recent opportunities on the offensive end of the floor. VCU has, and that has led to the largest lead of the basketball game for either team. And what a time to get it with 3:49 left to go.
The one thing Maryland has done well offensively is make free throws, and Eric Hayes will be on the free throw line here because after making that three that we saw going into break, Eric Maynard committed a silly foul 45 feet from the basket, very unlike him. And we notice now he's very carefully tying his jersey up.
Hayes puts that one in. They're 23 out of 25 from the free throw line in this game.
92%. How's that for Matt?
That's strong.
Pretty good, huh?
going to give a call here.
My 10-year-old daughter would be proud of me.
I think MIT needs to talk to you.
I had an uncle that went to MIT.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Engineer?
Yeah.
Strong.
Worked on the nuclear submarine. Peter Richmond.
That's an engineer. Hayes puts that one in. 69 to 63.
Never understood a word he ever said.
Schuler double team and does not get the timeout. Yes,
no,
he
did get the timeout.
He did get the timeout. That was close.
That was close because if they tied him up, it's Maryland's possession on the arrow.
Good defense.
Maryland trapping in the corner. Of course, that's where you want to trap in the corner. But you see, he got his hands up there to call the timeout. Timmy Higgins didn't see it. He was blocked off, but Mike Thibodeau did.
Thibodeau was working the baseline official on that throw-in. He saw it. VCU 3 timeouts, Maryland 2. And they both may need them here.
By game's end, it's going to be 0-0.
Yeah. This has been a heck of a basketball game. This Maryland team, which came in here with the 5 wins, 5-2 overall. Losses to UCLA and Missouri, North Florida, Hampton, Lehigh, and Illinois. The victories, including 2 W's in a row coming to this game.
Now, the reason you play games like this in December is to grow as a team, and both these teams will grow from this game one way or the other. There's a tie-up.
That's a tie-up, and there's not a timeout there, and the arrow will go to Maryland.
Well, I don't understand why you inbound the ball to Pishkelnikov.
I don't either.
You know, you got to get it to one of your guards.
Pishkelnikov got tied up, had nowhere to go. That is only the second VCU turnover of the half. Vasquez with it, Maryland. Osby looking underneath. Lob pass, shot, no good. Osby trying for the rebound, reaching up, and a foul called in the rebounding action. He's going to go on VCU.
Osby got fouled. And VCU now is in the 2-shot foul, or Maryland will shoot 2 free throws for the rest of this game. Osby, another one of Gary Williams' junior college recruits. He's had some pretty good ones. Steve Francis comes to mind. Brian Randall comes to mind. And now Osby.
4 for 4 from the free throw line. 10 points in the game for Osby. It is up and good.
They said he's not pretty, but he's effective there, isn't he?
Maryland wins this basketball game. This is where they will have won it from. The free throw strike.
Well, if he makes this and they're 25 for 27, don't ask me the math on it.
I'm not going to ask you that.
Ask Marty.
He's got a computer. And missed that one. Rebound tipped away. Schuler's got it. Schuler, by the way, was charged with that last foul. Maynor in there. They will try and run some time off now each time down the court, but that is not the way they played the game.
And that, again, 3:19 is an eternity in college basketball. You need to run your offense.
Maynor thought about going in. Vasquez denied.
Maryland back in man-to-man, which could open things up for Maynor here, going right at Vasquez.
That lane wide open. Maynor gets in. What a touch. He has a great touch when he's able to get in the paint.
He is tough to stop one-on-one in that lane. Gary tried to switch defenses there, and Maynor recognized it right away.
20 points from Maynor in the game. Hayes. Bounce underneath Vasquez. Osby cannot hang on. Comes back to get it. Hayes. That's for 3. Rebound up in the air. Osby.
He gets it and got fouled. And give Gist a huge assist. I don't know if statistically that'll be an assist, but he was the one who deflected that rebound in the air. Watch it come off the back rim here, and Gist gets a hand on it there and deflects it to Osby, who's able to convert and gets fouled.
Pishkelnikov committing the foul. Osby will go to the line with a chance for the 3-point play. Pishkelnikov is out of there with 5.
Makes our lives easier. Doesn't make Anthony Grant's life easier. Again, that was such a huge play by Gist and Osby, because if VCU comes down with that rebound up 7, then they are at a point where they can start to work some clock. Now, if it's 4,
they miss that one.
It's 5, they still have to run their offense.
It is tough for anybody to gain much of an advantage in this game. Again,
still in man-to-man.
They'll slow it down. Maynor sees it. Maynor will work it around, get a pick, try and get into the lane against Vasquez.
Gist is sort of laying back there, waiting to come and help when Maynor gets in the lane.
Maynor, Vasquez again, and he gets fouled. Maynor just waited till it was down to 7 on the shot clock, And the foul on Vasquez, and Maynard will go to the line for a couple.
I understand the theory of wanting to play your best defense at the end of the game. And Maryland has been a man-to-man team under Gary Williams. But at this point in the game, you've got to make Eric Maynard give up the basketball.
He's got a 20-point game going, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. He's also at 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Maynard. And here's a guy who couldn't hit from the floor in the first half.
I think he also helped select the BCS teams tonight. Done everything else.
Complain.
No, I'm complimenting.
Oh, okay.
Even though who knows who should play in that game.
That is up by Maynard. He's got it. Boy, is he having a great game. And he will go over to the bench as they'll get a 73-66 lead with only 2:08 left to go.
And Anthony Grant calling that timeout, I think in part to set up his defense, but also really to give his guys a little bit of a breather here because of the intensity of the game. And he wants them able to get down in their defensive stance and get after a rebound if it's there on the other end.
VCU looking for a big win here, as last year they won their 4th Colonial Athletic Association title with a record 28 wins and then beat Duke.
And the irony is that Maynard, who hit the shot to beat Duke, was recruited at VCU by Jeff Capel, a graduate of Duke, who saw him play. A lot of coaches had backed off on him because of his shot, and he said, I think I'd like to have this kid. Worked out pretty well for VCU.
Very well. Vasquez got to bring it up. Maryland's got to fight the clock a little bit now with 2:02 to go. They've got the three-point shooters who can eat up into that lead quickly. VCU hasn't given them much of a chance. Hayes knocked away of the Vasquez pass. Maynard out of bounds.
Passing lanes again. Maynard, knowing he wants Hayes over there as a three-point shooter, comes in to flex the ball away.
That 8-up time. Osby and Vasquez.
VCU zone.
Just foul line.
It's not where they want to kiss, but they almost got the rebound.
Rodriguez diving for that one, and a whistle. Rodriguez's effort, I think, has created a foul here.
He got tripped from behind going for the ball. And again, James Gist has been so effective inside, and he comes out and takes that foul line jumper. And one of the things that happens with big guys sometimes is because they can make an occasional jump shot, Gary, they think they're jump shooters. They're not. James Gist is a post player.
That high shot, especially at that point, hurt. Right now, it's
only 1-1.
Joey Rodriguez playing a big part in this game for VCU. Will not get that one. Gist will come away with a rebound.
And in effect, a foul helps Maryland because no time comes off the clock and they get the ball right back.
Vasquez to Hayes. Osby the turnaround. He's got it. Minute 33 left to go. Timeout will be taken by Maryland. They still got a couple left to use in this game with a minute 33 remaining, and they've cut the lead.
Good look there to get the ball inside to Osby right away. And if you're Gary Williams, when you're behind, you use the timeout now because with the rule we now have in college basketball where the clock stops after a basket under a minute, you use the timeouts before you get to a minute if you're trying to stop the clock. Now they'll come in and pressure. They'll try to get a double team on the inbounds pass and create a quick turnover. And I would think that they almost have to go zone if they get into a half-court set because of what Eric Maynard's done against the man-to-man.
Every man-to-man, he has driven the lane and either been able to score in the second half or drawn the foul.
The other thing you can do if you're Maryland, which I think Gary might do in this situation, is you just double-team the ball all over the court, even if they get it across midcourt.
Big play in here. They get it to Rodriguez. He immediately is going to be fouled. Gist on the far side.
Well, that's a smart foul because it's 1-1 again, and Rodriguez just missed.
So Rodriguez continues to play a vital part in this game. He was averaging only 15 minutes a game from the foul line, 8 for 10 on the year coming into this. He's got 5 points in this half.
And they were all in the same minute.
Yeah.
Now he shoots. This is the last 1-1 for VCU.
The look over at the scorers table. They were checking on the 1-1.
Now that's the last thing Rodriguez needed, was to have the ball in his hands and then have to give it up.
1:31 left to go in the game. Regulation. Rodriguez makes it. He'll get another.
Got that roll.
His teammates have been interesting, John, because he doesn't get to play very much. He's not a big star in the team, and the guys have really come around for him in this game. He's made a couple of steals. He's gotten the hugs of teammates, and
he's done a great job creating ball pressure, too.
Minute 28 left to go. Lead extended, 75-68. Vasquez, Hayes.
Gary Wood just called the drive to the basket there.
Vasquez trying to do that, leans in. That's a bad shot. He's off balance. Schuler trying to get it. Giss had it. Giss pulls it back in. Gets rid of it.
Play by Giss.
Hayes for three. Around and off. Osby the rebound up and no good. But he got fouled. He wanted that one.
And if you're VCU, you're thinking we're so close to getting control of this game. They couldn't quite corral that rebound, couldn't quite corral that loose ball. And then Osby, on the other hand, couldn't quite make that layup that would have led to a three-point play. Hayes is going to make these shots before the season's over. He is a good shooter, but he's in a different role this year, being asked to make big shots at the end of games.
We said all these timeouts were going to be eaten up before this thing was done. Osby's got 15 points in this game, 9 rebounds. He is 5 for 7 from the free throw line. Sanders has fouled out. He committed that last foul against Osby.
This is one of the worst rules in college basketball, that you basically allow teams a timeout on a foul out because you give them 30 seconds. Anthony Grant knows who he's subbing for Sanders. It's just an extra timeout for both teams.
Osby's situation this year is that he started the first 2 games, then had a virus that kept him out of a game. They are not quite sure whether he's better as a starter or as a 6-man, because he's played so well when he does come off the bench. But he's playing so well, it's hard to keep him out of the game as a starter.
And Dupree played well as a starter when Osby was 6, so that's why the other reason why they kept Osby coming off the bench.
Osby has played a ton in this one, and he gets another big free throw.
Put it this way, Gary, he may not start games. He's always going to finish games for this team.
Osby can cut this to a 5-point difference with 1:06 left to go. And he does.
Making that shot gives Maryland a chance to set up its press.
VCU's got 2 timeouts. Maryland has 1 left. Rodriguez again coming back to get it, and he gets fouled immediately.
I'm a little surprised they fouled that quickly, down 5, now that it's the two-shot foul.
They really want Rodriguez to be the one to shoot for VCU, so they're willing to take the chance, but he converted. Last time to the line, he got a couple.
A little less pressure here because he's not shooting 1-on-1. See how he handles it.
Pretty smoothly.
If I'm Maryland now, I think about fouling someone else on the next possession.
5'10", 165-pound freshman, Joey Rodriguez. Missed that one. Osby gets the rebound. Closing in on 1 minute left to go in regulation. Vasquez brings it up. Long pass and a bad one. I got a foul again here. Hayes reaching in as Kersey came away with a steal.
That was a terrible pass by Grievous Vasquez. Cross court, you know, it's the kind in junior high school you look at and say, I could steal that ball. He put it up in the air there. That is a bad mistake by Vasquez. Very surprising.
19 turnovers, most of those coming in the first half for Maryland, so they have hit their average on the season in turnovers. Kersey gets it. Now it's VCU taking advantage of the free throw line, and a timeout with just 55.3 left to go. Being a home team so far here in the 13th BB&T Classic has not been a good idea. George Washington was at home. They lost to Auburn. George Mason was home. They lost to East Carolina University in 2 very good games. The first one decided by 4 points. The second one by 3. And this one is going to be right in line with the first 2 of the day.
Now, of course, Jim Larinaga and Carl Hobbs and Gary Wood will all tell you this is a neutral court. Been pretty neutral so far today.
It certainly has.
In terms of the outcome. But now, with that free throw by Kersey, it's a 3-possession game for VCU. And I think Anthony Grant called that timeout to say to his guys, do not foul. Keep the clock moving.
There you see the great shooting from the free throw line. Maryland in particular has had, but here late in the game, Kersey able to put that one in. He's got 2. lot of fans here from VCU. They drove up 90 miles away from Richmond, the home campus for them. That one just from the corner is not going to be any good. Rodriguez gets a rebound. I think he's got a couple in the game. A big smile on his face, too.
He's had a terrific game. And again, I don't think James Gist out of the corner was what Gary Williams had in mind there.
That's 5 rebounds for Rodriguez as he continues to get the love from his teammates.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he's
freshman playing on this kind of stage.
He's having his early career game.
He's one of those guys who, when Anthony Grant recruited him, there were probably guys who said, well, what are you taking him for? Well, here's the answer.
And he gets another. 9 points in the game. ECU increasing their lead here with only 43 seconds left to go. Rodriguez, double-digit game with 10. 10 points, 5 rebounds. Vasquez moves it in. Maryland free. A big free right there. Vasquez on a timeout immediately taken. Maryland using their last time out of the game.
Right. Last timeout, 7-point lead. And again, now it's 3 possessions, and they're going to have to try and steal the ball on the inbounds. And if they can't get the steal, then they'll have to foul right away, as they've been doing.
First time these two teams